Hi, my name is Siti Nushifika binti Zainuddin, matric number 278J09. So I will explain about Longchamp. Longchamp is a French luxury goods company and a privately owned company founded by Jean Cassegrain in 1984. Jean Cassegrain, who initially sold tobacco and then produced luxury leather cover pipes, then expanded into leather goods such as wallets, passport cover and more. They have 2,700 employees and half of them in the workshop. They does business in 80 countries through around 1,500 retail outlets, and each bag goes through 259 separate processes. It takes skilled artisan 5 years of experience to gain a full proficiency in assembling a Longchamp bag. Longchamp iconic products Le Pillage is clear winner, as was the catch for the company. Le Pillage has high sales levels, generated cash to support the full product line, and found tremendous brand awareness. But the only problem was Le Pillage was a lost cost product, and they had to go start from Le Pillage, which was at £60, and its other product which went up to £800. Longchamp was somehow missing a balance in the pricings. Longchamp's Le Pillage is one of the fashion's world's most successful product, a cultural icon across the globe. But managing the low price nylon handbag is challenging, as Longchamp tries to move its brand market into higher price luxury leather goods.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nusra and my metric number is 79899. Okay, I will present on the problem statement. As we can see, the first one is currency fluctuation and higher import tax in China. 80% of Longchamp products were bought outside of China, which are Hong Kong and Europe. The Longchamp product dominated by Chinese customers. This caused the price luxury goods increasing to 30% in China. This leads to profitability run as Chinese flagship store challenging. Secondly, production cost in Longchamp is high. The Longchamp company hiring the large number of employees, which are 2,700 people, where half of them work at workshop to produce the handbags. There are 6 workshops and half of the productions in France. This company produced 30,000 to 50,000 products in a day. Every season, workers need to produce 90 to 100 variety of models. To produce a bag, it required manual 250 processes by hand. Longchamp started to diversify into 2 products range, which are clothing in 2006 and shoes in 2012. Thirdly, products are not classified according to consumer preferences. Longchamp does not classify products based on age and social class, which causes difficulty to expand product lines in terms of pricing and customer preferences. New generation of the customer want to create their uniqueness because the bag is the key element of sellout. Market changes as they have started seeing the bags as fashion accessories, which make the market more interesting. As well, the other branded bags like Coach and Gucci doing some freestanding men's stores. The Longchamp brand only had the ordinary, basic and timeless man bags design. Thanks.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Nurul Najat binti Muhammad Rafi and my metric number is 280397. So I would like to solve the problem, which is currency fluctuation and higher import tax in China. So we have a solution, which is we use the demand and supply analysis theory and the role of government in reduce the tax. So the import tax in China is very high and had caused the consumer brought Longchamp from other countries. So as a government should reduce the import tax on the imported product. This diagram is before tax reduced. Equilibrium point is at E0 when demand curve intersect with supply curve S0 and price at P0 and quantity at Q0. Area ABE is consumer surplus and area CDF is producer surplus. When import tax apply on product, consumer supply curve shift to the left from S0 to S1 because the cost had increased and producer had to pay tax to the government. And we can see new equilibrium point is at E1 cost when demand curve intersect with supply curve S1. So price will increase from P0 to P1 and quantity will decrease from Q0 to Q1. Consumer surplus decrease to area A and producer surplus decrease to area D. So consumer surplus lost area BE and producer surplus loss area CF. So we can see area EF is our deadweight loss. So after that we can see this diagram is after tax reduced. So we can see equilibrium point is at E0 when demand curve intersect with supply curve S0 and price at P0 and quantity at Q0. So area ABE is consumer surplus and area CDF is producer surplus. When import tax apply on product, but government had to reduce the tax. So supply curve shift to the left in a small ratio from S0 to S1 because the cost had increased and producer had to pay tax to the government. And we can see the new equilibrium point is at E1 and cost when government curve intersect with supply curve S1. So we can see price will increase from P0 to P1 and quantity will decrease from Q0 to Q1. So we can after that we can see consumer surplus decrease to area A and producer surplus decrease to area D. So consumer surplus lost to area BE and producer surplus lost area CF. So we can see over here area E and F is deadweight loss. So after comparing both diagram, there is some difference between when tax is reduced. When tax is higher, producer and consumer surplus will reduce. However, the deadweight loss is also reduced. Price increase and quantity decrease in a small ratio in a second diagram after government reduces import tax. So people will buy less product from Longchamp since the import tax is higher. If government reduce the tax, so people will buy Longchamp in China.
My name is Tan Hawan, matrix number 278319. We find out the second problem of the Longchamp. Is Longchamp has high production cost, and the solution we find out to solve the problem is apply cost minimization theory. We can use MRTS to find out the minimum point of marginal cost produced output. It is because in long run, all output Longchamp are variable costs. If Longchamp want to maximize profit company, it may using the cost minimization theory to minimize the production cost. First step is find out the total cost and ISO cost line. An ISO cost line shows all possible combination of labor and capital that can be purchased for a given total cost. The function of ISO cost line is C equal to WL plus RK. The cost represents C and labor cost is L and capital cost is K. W represent to the wage rate labor and R represent to rental rate of capital. We also can find out the slope of the ISO cost line. The slope of the ISO cost line is negative W per R. Based on the slope of isocost line, we can know how much capital must give up to add additional labor and how much labor must give up to add additional capital. Suppose the firm want to spend C0 on input, but unfortunately not combination of input can be purchased for expenditure C0 to achieve output Q1. Thus we can exclude the C0 isocost line. However, output Q1 can be achieved with the expenditure of C2, either by using K2 unit of capital and L2 unit of labor, or by using K3 unit of capital and L3 unit of labor. But C2 is not the minimum cost, and we also can exclude it at cost of C1. By using K1 unit of capital and L1 unit of labor, also can achieve output Q1. In fact, isocost line C1 is the lowest isocost line that allow output Q1 to be produced. The point of tangency of the isoquant Q1 and the isocost line C1 at the point A give us the cost minimizing choice of input. As the point, the slope of the isoquant and the isocost line are just equal.
Good day everyone, my name is Tan Kang Zhen, entry number 279F49. Now I will continue with problem 3. Longchamp does not classify product based on customer preference. The solution is pricing with market power theory. Use price discrimination theory to classify the customer according to their preference, age, and social class. Longchamp should use the price discrimination theory to categorize their customer. Longchamp should use first degree, second degree, and third degree price discrimination theory. First degree price discrimination is practiced by charge each customer their reservation price. The reservation price is the maximum price they are willing to pay. For customers that at higher social level who are willing to pay the maximum price, we can allow the customer to customize their bags so that we can charge higher price. Charge each customer their reservation price is profitable to expand output. Profit expand between demand curve and MC curve. Demand is at MC, Longchamp increase its profit by expanding production until it is produced at Q double star. The second degree price discrimination is practice of charging different price per unit of different quantity for the same goods or service. Block pricing, which is practice the charging different price for different quantity. The diagram consists of 3 blocks, which is comprehensively priced 1, P1, P2, and P3. Longchamp better off by expanding output at the lowering cost. If SC and MC decline, the government agency control rates may encourage block pricing. It will lead to expanding output and greater scale of economics. It can increase the consumer welfare and greater profit for the Longchamp. For the third degree price discriminations is a practice of dividing customers into 2 or more groups and charge different price. Longchamp can divide their customer into groups according their social class. Diagrams show different demand curve of each group. Group 1, which is demand curve 1, and represent higher income group, and group 2 is demand curve 2, represent lower income group. Q1 and Q2 are chosen so that MR1 equal to MR2 equal to MC. The total quantity is sum of NR curves, which is MR and M2 equal to MRT.
For the conclusions, this case study analysis describes the key issues and solution for an iconic fashion brand, Longchamp, and I would like to highlight them as follows. First, marketing issues. The recognitions and global sales through the well-known product called Le Pillage has created a debate within the company as how to position its affordable luxury and premium luxury products in the market. Second one is production lead time and competitive issues. The brand follows a rigorous manufacturing process with 250 the different steps and mostly done by hand. This makes the scalability very expensive and reduce the profits. The last one is organizational and financial issues. The difference of opinion between the founder family and international director is another issue, which needs to be balanced, else it can create delays in long-term strategies. This can hamper the organization's plan for €1 billion company. I think that's all from us group. Thank you.